Hey everybody, welcome back. This is KQ Tube. I'm Aaron Goldberg here to do a recap of KQ 23 Michael Jordan, which was at Logan Arcade on January 28th, 2018. It was a really great tournament. Just going to show the bracket here real fast before I get into two interviews that I did for this with Matt Feldkamp and Dylan Conrad. So let's actually look at the bracket real fast. And I'm going to go away. Bye. And as you see here, John Starks was the champion. It was a team queened by Dama Shah from New York. It had Dan Barron and Diana from Chicago, as well as Rob Newhouse and Turbo from New York. And they came in and they won. It was a good tournament. They went through winners bracket. Got to a reset. Real close games throughout. Some really nice teams. Minneapolis came to town. Cincinnati came to town. There's a Milwaukee player. You don't see that every day. Madison was in town for sure. And New York. So it was really good. There was a couple. Charlotte too. Travis was in town. So it was a really great tournament. The hype was there, and I'm going to jump right into doing this interview with my man Matt Feldkamp, and then after Dylan Conrad. So thanks everybody for tuning in. All right. So I'm here with Matt Feldkamp. Matt, thanks for joining me.
Yep.
We're going to talk a little bit here about Killer Queen 23. Matt, for those who don't know, is a Kansas City player. He's an OG. He's normally known as a speed warrior extraordinaire. But for this tournament, you wanted a queen. So can you tell us a little bit about how that happened? How you decided to play queen for this?
So I think it was after the Kansas City tournament. The only reason why I kind of decided is I was talking to Cody from Portland,
Yep.
and
Right.
we were kind of talking about how I should queen, and I was like, oh no, like I don't want to queen for like any tournament because we had brought up the discussion of going to Phoenix.
Okay.
I told him that he should queen. He was like, no, you should queen. Just he was kind of joking around, and then I was like, well, it sounds pretty tempting. So, I told him I would queen for Phoenix, and
Right. Which was the week
I
after this tournament. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
and I think I was telling like Chris, and I think I was maybe telling you that I had been practicing up some queen,
Okay.
and I had some interest in coming to KQ 23. And I don't remember if I brought it up or you guys were like, hey, do you want a queen? But that's kind of how the whole thing of Queening 23 happened, and then Queening Phoenix happened was mainly just me and Cody just kind of screwing around, and
Okay.
then it turning into a serious thing where I was grinding for a good month and a half.
Right. Yeah. So
So
what I heard from Lev that you had brought up that you wanted to come to 23 and you wanted a queen, and Lev and I were talking, and I was actually thinking about queening for this tournament.
yeah, yeah,
But I
yeah.
was like, you know what? That's kind of a wild idea. I'm kind of into it, you know. And then he had suggested Chris Baldwin as well, and I was like, okay,
Mhm.
I got new guy already. All I had was new guy and Lev, and it was like great. And I had no idea how much you were playing Queen, how much you're putting in, but I just figured, you're gonna put some time in because you're not gonna come
Mhm.
up here and get embarrassed.
Yeah, yeah.
What were your expectations like competitively? How good did you think this tournament was gonna be?
So when it was first announced, I was kind of thinking it would be kind of like a lax tournament, kind of
Okay.
I think how KQ I think 22 was a pretty. I mean, there's still some like good teams, but like I think you guys had maybe taken like a step back in terms of like competitive like super teams. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Sure.
Um, so going into it, I was like, okay, so this is going to be a good experience for me because it won't be super competitive. And then kind of as I was seeing teams kind of roll in with their registrations and like who was coming, I was like, okay, so I mean, so now Domish and Turbo are
Yeah, so like
coming
the
with.
week before, it was announced that Damish, Turbo, and Rob were teaming up with Dan and Diana, and I
Mhm.
think you kind of freaked out a little bit, yeah?
Well,
A little bit?
I mean, a little bit, mainly because, Dominik kind of just has that, intimidation factor because
Sure.
everybody knows, winning back to back national, Bumble Bash, whatever. I mean, it's not easy to do, but they accomplished that. And I mean, I've played against Domish three, four times now. The only time that I had beaten him prior to the grand finals reset was at Camp KQ.
Okay.
And we beat them.
Yeah, you were on the same team as me.
Yep, and
Yeah.
that was the only time I had beaten him. And I don't, and I know he was playing with another New York or two New Yorkers, and then a PDX player, and then a Phoenix player, I want to say. So it was just kind of a thrown together team a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that was a good tournament.
mhm,
So yeah, he's a scary dude, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
When he's coming to town, you're gonna have a hard time no matter who's on his team.
yeah,
So I got that, but then you practiced a little bit more. You kind of eased up a little bit. I think you talked to Cody maybe a little bit, and then we got some games in the night before, and we were feeling pretty good going into this. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, definitely, because I mean, even in Kansas City, I mean, I was feeling pretty good about queening. I had talked to Brendan, and arguably, but I still believe that Brendan's like the best Kansas City queen, just
Okay.
because his tech is just way just more crisper than mine.
Sure.
Like obviously, like I understand, like all the J dives and how to hold gates, avoiding pinches, but his flying and his tech is top notch.
Okay.
So I was asking him to come up and practice against me, and so basically it would be like Brendan, Wyatt, and then like some other people on his team, and I would have like say like me, Billy, and like other people on my team. So I was trying to like stack teams against me, and
Okay.
I think that definitely helped me in terms of like stop, don't dive, for a warrior, just to get a kill.
Right.
Um, you know,
Survivability for sure.
mhm,
And you
you know,
definitely, yeah, you showed that throughout the tournament, a real strong ability
yeah,
to, stay alive and really pull out some rounds that we were in some trouble
hmm
in.
yep,
So actually, let's do that. Let's look at this bracket real fast. I'm going to minimize you here. I think you'll still be alive on my
hmm
screen.
yep,
And so we went in this tournament. We were more on mountain. We were
yep.
seated fifth, just based on
Which,
sort of how good a lot of our players are, but also we had never really played together, and nobody quite knew how good you were going to be.
uh-huh,
Um, so the top seed really in this tournament was John Starks, was the New York team. Just after putting the bracket together, moved it slightly, just kind of flipped him with Coach Amy, who is the two
yep,
seed, just for scene purposes. It just sort of worked out with a couple of
hmm
minor switches. That and the 7-8, I think, was another one that was switched slightly. Or the 8-9, yeah, 7-8, I think was maybe slightly switched.
hmm
So we came in and we kind of got a reputation in this tournament for going to round five,
yeah,
for being down. We started off against Zero Chill. Chris Baldwin was where, Mark Nelson. It was a good team. He,
hmm
he warned us that they're playing pretty good.
yep,
Going to this tournament, I think we actually were only down 2-1 in that one before rallying back.
yeah,
If I was a masochist, I would show the highlights of me kicking berries into you and you dying as a result of dropping hover. Um, but I'm not gonna. We're not gonna single out those plays specifically. Maybe I'll show them later in the stream at the end,
uh-huh,
just as a joke. But then we got to another Minneapolis team,
yep,
and this was sort of the Minneapolis mean with Jay Sisk and Chaco, in a way, a super team.
yeah,
They had just done really well at nationals without Sisk and Chaco. Didn't know if the
hmm
chemistry would be quite there. That's probably why they were fourth, because they had two
yeah,
new people. But it was a crazy match. They went up 2-0 on us. We rallied back,
first
won
sweep,
3-2, reverse
yep,
sweep, and finished that one on a long dusk map,
yeah,
where you caught Nick in the top left.
yeah,
It was a long dusk map. Not gonna go through every long dusk map we played.
yeah. There was quite a few. The Duskin
Yeah,
seems to be like the one where,
we played dusk map in game five against Scotty Pippen, against Monstars, against and I think against Scotty Pippen again in losers finals. We might have also played uh,
yeah,
Dusk. So it was a lot of Dusk to finish maps out.
hmm
But let's get started. Let's watch some footage. We're going to start off here with us against Woody's team on night map. At this point, we're down 2-1 against Woody's team. And let's talk a little bit about the night map and what our strat was as this tournament started up here. We had new guys, our primary objective,
yep,
running pretty much a split strat. And
split
so,
strat, yep.
what was your thoughts on the split strat as a queen?
So kind of with the split strat, I had never really seen it like use for my team. Like I've had teams use it against me. Um, but like I mean I think new guy was getting is pretty good at identifying like, do I need to run snail or do I need to uh keep running berries? So like I think at this point, he's just making the correct decision of I'm just gonna keep running berries because nobody's stopping me.
Yeah. And we got
Um,
2 quick kills on Woody here, and he's
mhm,
just running one in at a time, and we're tied on berries, even though they got 4 in right away.
yeah,
So some nice ledge work and some quick kills.
and that and
Yeah,
that's Lev
Lev.
on ledge.
Right.
So yeah, anytime
Um,
you have Lev, that's on
you're in great
ledge.
shape, pretty much.
Mhm,
Yeah. So I start off on ledge died. He got a nice kill there. They're pushing Snail, and Woody kind of evens out here, but meanwhile the berries are just still flying in for us.
mhm.
So you see new guy, he'll switch here and he'll move the Snail just a little bit. Do you remember him calling out what he was really even doing, or do we just sort of adjust?
So I
Whatever.
think I think that was the thing. Is like I don't remember new guy really ever saying like, "Hey, I'm switching to snail" or "I'm running berry still." I think kind of with our player experience, we just kind of would identify the map and like saying, "Okay." I mean, at this point, we're pretty much all just saying, "Hey, snail." So then there's new guy, immediately going to snail, and we're just kind of adjusting as a team accordingly. And I mean, we're winning on berries, and we're controlling snail. And Chris Baldwin actually jumped on the snail just to push it back, I
Yeah,
think.
Baldwin did a lot of little objective stuff here
Mm-hmm.
and there as you watch this tournament that you didn't
Yep.
quite see the first time. Running berries and stuff. He missed it there. He was trying to run a berry there, which would have been very helpful, but here he goes getting up, which is definitely big for us. But Woody's evened out here. He lost 2 lives quickly, but he's been
Mm-hmm.
good at staying out of trouble here.
Yep.
Do you feel like the split strat extends rounds maybe a little bit?
I think it does. Just because I mean those berries are. I mean we've always said that like you can't take out those berries. So like even though blue was starting out berries, they quickly switched. But because new guy had that pressure, like nobody's stopping him. Like I mean he ran in. What is that? 8 berries.
9 now.
9
They had to
now.
dedicate a ledge too.
Uh-huh. So I think just the overall pressure of the berries, and I mean controlling the snail, like not letting it just push for free, I think definitely helped.
Yeah, but we were putting a lot of pressure on Raznik had to, and they couldn't get the snail because they had to sit somebody on it. But really, the end of the round comes down to we didn't even get to play it out
Yeah.
because Woody goes low here. What were you seeing here as this ledge stuff? Did you see him come underneath you? What happened here?
Okay, so to be honest here, I mean if you pause it like when the 2 warriors come over, like right about here. So basically my thought was like, okay, I should probably get out, tag middle,
Mm-hmm.
and then go back to right, and then see where my warrior. Because I mean, we have
We're
no
wiped.
warriors.
We just got wiped.
Yeah, so we
They're
had
in great
so like
shape.
I just noticed that we have no warriors, and so I'm thinking like I can't sit here. So in my mind, my process was like I have to dive down, go middle, and then back to right,
Mm-hmm.
and then potentially see where we are at warriors. And to be honest, I mean, when you play it forward and when Woody dives, I literally just dived at the same time because my process was I have to go to middle.
Yeah.
So
And
kind
it
of
just happened to get there, right?
yeah, so kind of a lucky dive. So I mean, I'm not sure where he was going for sure. Um, but we dove it. He dove before me, and I dived right after him.
Yeah. And
So
caught
kind of
him.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that was huge for us because we
Yeah.
were down all warriors and kind of seeing the end of our lives. You get the
Yeah.
kill, kind of shoot some adrenaline back into us, and now we actually play this day map, and it's pretty quick actually.
Is
We
it?
go to a dusk map, and if you can see me scrolling, it's a 7-minute dusk map we roughly played here, and I'm gonna watch
Oh.
this, just the end of it, to watch actually. Let's watch. Go back a little bit further. Just watch Lev in the bottom left of the screen here. This is some beautiful vanilla warrior work on gold stripes. They have 3
So
warriors
he's
up. We have
our
1.
only warrior up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's all we've got here. So just watch how well he plays this whole thing in terms of just seeing the zone, killing the snail, just
Mhm.
getting out, staying alive this whole time. Look at him, boom, boom, 2 in a row.
Wow.
Takes them both out. You die on the other
I
side.
died.
Of the
Yeah.
screen.
Mm-hmm.
We do have Woody on last life.
Yeah.
But Lev is still up here. Still the only one I get up vanilla. But still, he's got two
Ooh.
coming at him. Bops
Ooh.
another warrior. And this is probably some of the finest vanilla warrior work. I think Cody even said
And
it
he
was
gets
seven.
another
Yeah,
kill,
he
and then we
did.
wipe their warriors right there.
And
Yep.
that was with one vanilla warrior.
Yep.
So just watching that play, seeing the patience, the timing, especially of coming around on warriors when they don't expect it and killing them. I think it might have helped a little bit. I'm not sure if they had speeds. They might have one. Against two speed warriors, that's a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
But even so, that was a ridiculous showing. As
I,
a
I
vanilla
know.
warrior.
I know he had because I had watched this earlier. I know Wilkening had speed, and I think Wilkening wasn't expecting Lev to kind of do that little loop over and down,
Right.
which caught Wilkening.
Just unorthodox movement for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see the chat going wild for Lev on the right, which is great. You know that people saw a vanilla warrior and saw him doing all that work.
Yeah.
A lot of unsung vanilla warrior play out there. It doesn't always have to be that flashy. He was pretty solid pretty much the whole tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've played with Lev. I think this was my third time.
Okay.
I want to say playing with Lev, because I've played with him. I know I played with him at the Minneapolis tournament. And then
And there it is.
yeah, and then he gets the final kill. I can't remember the other
we had drawn
tournament.
out. They're still in great shape. They really were. He's Tokyo at this point. I mean, he got speed, and he sees his dive, and he's there.
Yeah, he's oh man, and I mean that's.
And somebody man of the match is what Steve says right there. So yeah, that was the second time I played with him. Both times have been real pleasures.
Yeah.
Great stuff like that. So let's jump ahead now again. We're gonna jump all the way ahead. That win right there gets us to winners finals, and so now we're gonna play Dominish's team in the winners finals, and this is us against them in night map. So we had gone 1-1. We had just won the day map right before this. We won the night map, which do you feel like night map was probably our strongest map?
I do. Just mainly because I felt like I had more movement on night map to kind of do more stuff. That kind of played into my strength. I definitely like to move around a lot as a queen and not really be static.
Yeah, you can see this movement here going in between the two. Probably not recommended, but it worked out for you there.
I mean, I do have kind of a unorthodox queen. I mean, when I watch other queens, I'm like, how do their movements are so crisp and they're flying so well, and then I kind of watch me and I'm like, oh, that's pretty ugly, honestly.
I mean, you're doing a real nice job moving through the map here. So that was a real nice J dive, keeping the movements pretty short and fluid, so you can't get caught. Oh, that was a dive that Diana caught you on. I don't know if she even saw you.
No, I remember that kill because I saw her and I was meaning to dive on her, and then she just kind of did that little quick motion to the left that killed me.
Right. Yeah, that was a real nice kill. So I mean, you do have the rhythms of night map. You died again. Go to last life here. You do have the rhythms of night map down really well in terms of moving through the map, I think. So maybe that's why you're like, it's frenetic, but you're able to show off your tech a little bit. Because I think you're a little bit more technically sound. That was catching Damish sleeping on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So your last life here, what's your strat on night map last life?
So kind of on my last life now, I think this is when I was kind of trying to more identify if you guys were dead. So if I saw, Chris was down, I would be working to try and get Chris back up immediately. Okay. If you went down, I'd be working, I'd be looking do I need to get a speed gate, to get him back up right away on speed. So I think my play style, it kind of, it turns into more of not really diving on the wraps as much, kind of taking more safer routes, just watching my head and a little bit more. So I mean, at this point, I think all I'm doing is just kind of watching where Domish is going.
Yeah, it's just kind of a slow dogfight here in the middle, and meanwhile, new guy has been sort of in the background filling up berries.
Yeah.
and so we're almost halfway there already.
Mm.
He's moved the snail back a little bit too. Staying alive, vanilla. I'm just vanilla this whole time. Um, really just trying to protect the snail. You almost die there.
Oof. Yeah, I
Diamond
saw
almost caught
that.
you in the exact same spot again.
Same spot. Mm-hmm.
A nice pincer there in left between Damish and Dan, who really started, played really well with the group that he's never played with
Mm-hmm.
before. So Jukes here from Damish. Nice clear there from Lev. Sorry, that was Jukes for new guy. Nice clear for Lev. And another,
So I
see,
think.
Chris runs a berry right there.
So I think
Chris
at
is,
this point, I'm kind of realizing like I just need to stay alive.
right.
And I wasn't really sure where I should go because I didn't want to get pinched out anywhere. So I get out. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
Chris
was
is running a
definitely.
lot of berries. You get Damish to last life, and I talked to the other team after this, and basically they were like, we're going to lose, just go for it. And they catch you here in the top left, and that's actually, it's not working for a second. Oop, let's go backwards. Oh no.
And I saw Rob at the last second because I think he wrapped around,
Mm-hmm.
and I
He
didn't
gets
see him
up,
until
yeah. He gives
I
up
didn't
on
see him
running
until
snail.
last second.
Yeah, so here he is. He just gets up on running snail, grabs a berry middle, gets up middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is, and they're in trouble. We have last berry. Chris kept running berries here at the end.
Yep.
I die, and I'm about to come around, and the berry's sitting right above our ledge. So, yeah, you did see the pincer coming until it's too late. And
Yeah. So he drops some wrap right here. I don't see him, and I see him, and I wasn't for sure if I should, because I knew if I bumped Damish one more time, I was definitely gonna die.
yeah. So I think the move on this one is actually to turn around as soon as you see that
As
warrior
soon as you
coming
see
around.
the warrior, yeah.
As soon as he catches that ledge, you kind of go for him. Although the good ones are going to turn around and shuffle you.
Yeah.
Catch come off the edge. So it's a tough spot. It really is. That's why a lot of warriors and queens don't like fighting over those speed gates on night map, which Cody actually sort of outlined in his video, his first one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about night map. Fighting around those speed gates is awkward.
Mhm.
So that was winners. We end up losing the next game in winners
Yep.
finals, and we go to losers, and we get a rematch with Scotty Pippen.
Scottie Pippen. Mhm.
And so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna watch a night map against them too, because night map's the best map, right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So Scotty Pippen, at this point, we have now won. We reverse swept him the first time. This is 4 games in a row against him, and we get night map here. We're on blue, they're on gold. We get the quick berry from new guy.
Yep.
So we're feeling pretty confident against this Minneapolis team. Do you think?
And they're starting full mill, like I think, right? That's what their whole team strategy. Oh.
Yeah, a nice catch there by Joe Miller on that wrap kill. I think their whole strat was, for the most part, going all mill and then breaking out of it.
Yep.
When somebody goes down to start moving some objectives. So you'd already lost a life pretty quickly on this night map.
Yep.
Similar to when we played Damish's team just before, when you lost 2 lives pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Again, you lock it up. So do you think maybe the key to night map is playing like you're on last life all the time?
Probably for me. I mean.
See, you go down
wow.
again.
Yeah. So like those movements like that, where I'm just kind of diving to dive, and not really, really kind of assessing, where my dive's going to lead to, or.
Oh, that's cute. It'll turn around. Let's look at this. So I'm the only one up here, and I'm actually, they've got 2 warriors here, and I think the play here is actually to push left on this. You do go right, and they bump you, and they look for that pinch, and you're able to get out of it. But maybe going left on that one and pushing those warriors left might be the play on that one.
Yeah, mainly just pushing left, and I mean they're setting up another pinch almost immediately.
Yeah, they're very good at it. Yeah. That's Minneapolis.
So I think this is when I started pushing because I saw Lev. But then,
see, Lev comes through with the speed.
then Lev, yeah. And I mean, that was just Lev identifying.
That was almost a wake-up call, because we were getting beaten pretty soundly up to that point on this map. You're on last life. They're having their way. And Lev comes through and just sort of shook them up as they're setting up a pinch.
And I mean, again, like how I talked about with the last night map, not really taking any silly dives. I'm mainly just trying to find a ledge to kind of chill at, push the queen out somewhere. I'm not sure who got that last kill.
Yeah. We actually had triple speed there for a second,
Mm.
and we surprisingly went. I even like the next day in Slack, I'd said something like, "Yeah, we didn't do that. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is the play, my favorite play of the whole tournament on
Ooh.
the left." But we had a bunch of speed warriors,
Yeah.
and we were flexing at this point. So we're moving
Uh
this snail, and Dan Miller has me, and I stop, and then oh, he has. Oh
huh.
my
And then he
goodness.
goes yes for the other
Yeah,
one.
he
Uh
almost
huh.
had Chris, and then Chris
And
gets a
Chris
huge
wipes
kill.
another kill.
So that
Mm-hmm.
sequence right there was gigantic for us because Dan is such a difficult player to deal with,
Yeah.
especially when he's up on speed. Um, and so it's just a bunch of huge plays that we're able to make because you're able to stay alive here for so long on Last Life.
Yeah.
So did you
Ooh.
have it in your mind at all of what happened sort of last time you were in this spot against Damish's team?
I mean, in this spot,
You
I
know,
don't know if
being on Last Life on Night Map again?
um, I don't know if you know, was necessarily because I think against Domish's team, I think I was playing a little bit more scared.
Okay.
And like I don't want to put myself in a bad spot.
And this move right here, what
This
is
is
that?
crazy.
That I remember seeing this in real time and being like, I don't know any queens that go for this on Last Life. I
That's
could not
kind of
believe you
something.
did this.
That's kind of something I would do in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I just felt pretty comfortable and confident doing that. Uh, I mean, honestly, that was pretty risky. Like everyone, I think even Cody was like, "Why did you do that?"
Oh my gosh. That was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I mean, I was mainly. I mean, we had the advantage. So I mean, yeah, I guess a queen who's been doing it for a while would probably not go for that. They would probably hover above that ledge
Yeah.
and just play a little bit more passive.
Okay.
Uh, but I just kind of
It
went
was
for
that was huge. You pushed him right into Lev. Lev got his hat trick for the map.
it. Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they actually won the next two rounds
Yep,
against us. And when
almost
we're poised
swept.
for the reverse sweep,
Mhm.
we decided to call a timeout, talk it out. Just everybody needed to relax a little bit, and we were able to win the round five there, and send
Yep.
us back to winner to the grand finals, where we went up against this John Starks team again, Domish and the gang. We went down. We had some real close matches, but they were up
Mhm.
3-2, and we get here to this dusk map, and this dusk map is about 6 minutes long. Um,
Yeah,
so
it's a long match.
it really is. And so we haven't seen us play dusk map yet. But what was our general dusk map strat? What was your thoughts on queening dusk map as well?
Um, I mean, I think our dust map strat was essentially the same as night, where new guy would, ride snail and then kind of identify if it was safe to run berries, or if it was not safe to ride snail. So I think we kind of just played off a new guy a little bit. I felt like,
Okay.
because if he was, pushing snail, we were pushing the snail like right with him. Um, but if he was, pushing the berries pretty hard, then we would switch, kind of to berries. Somebody would run, like if you went down or Chris went down, somebody would just run a quick berry. Um, and generally, I think throughout this tournament, I think Dusk and I mean, I noticed in Phoenix too that Dusk was probably my weakest map.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if that's just most queens struggle with this map or if it was just me. But ooh, that was a kill, yeah, by
Yeah,
you.
that was good timing.
Uh,
Ooh, and we just
oh,
killed,
we just killed
yeah,
almost all.
three big
Mhm.
players. Yeah, three of them in a row right there.
Oh, this is a weird kill. I think I like turned at the very last second.
Oh man,
Mm.
that is weird. Let's watch that one more time real fast. 'Cause
Yeah, I don't know if I turned at the last second or what happened.
that's weird.
Uh, but that kind of like swung things in their favor a little bit.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that was probably
so we are only a couple minutes into the round. Well, only a couple, and you're now last life.
that's life. Yep. And you're the only word we got now.
Yeah, and so I've got speed, and so really my goal in this situation, when it's me, last life's queen, and I'm speed, is I need to somehow get to you. The problem
Yeah.
on Dusk Map, oh, you got, yeah, now you're both, that was pretty silly by Damish. You don't see Damish do that
Yeah.
too often.
And I think he was just trying to make a play,
Right.
get into that ledge,
Yeah.
ASAP.
And so my goal on Dusk is try to get to my queen and help them out and make sure they don't get stuck anywhere, and if they do, to get them out so we can get a gate. Problem is that usually teams have multiple speed warriors, Make it
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
hazardous to
getting
travel.
chased by
Yeah.
2 speed warriors the
This
entire
is
time.
Dan and Turbo, and they're doing a nice job pinching Chris on the left side there. And they're coming for you. We have 3 berries in, just 2 tops. The snail is almost to the speed gate.
Hmm.
And would you guess this would last another 4 minutes or so?
Not the way
Yeah.
the map looks right now, just because we have no berries. They have like the snail, and we're both on last life. So, um, I mean, you guys are doing work down there on the snail. Like
Yeah.
I watched this game earlier, and I was like, holy crap! You guys are just. We almost get a pinch here, actually.
Oh, you do, and that beautiful
And
bump from Dan though
yeah, I remember
destroys it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We pinch out a warrior. Me and Lev did at snail,
Right. Yeah.
and
Got
that's
him
when
right. Yeah,
we
and so
kind of
new
start.
guy is right on it, and he's pushing
Hmm.
the snail back. He needs to be doing that. I think he might even be speed snail. He is. If
Yeah.
snail gets anywhere near that speed gate, you got to get it out of there.
Hmm.
You do not want to be defending, and he starts running berries, and I think Chris does too.
Yeah. So I think he gets up.
Yeah, Chris gets up. Yeah, that's right. But we're up to 4. Too low, too high.
And I think,
Nice
yeah,
coming through
this
for
is
Chris,
just
yeah.
like new guy identifying like I can't die with speed, so like not necessarily just like running to the snail, hopping off, hoping for the best.
Right.
And that's kind of what I noticed from new guy's play is that he's see there he goes running a berry after he identified that the snail, and
Snail
you guys
wasn't
just
gonna go
wiped
anywhere.
yeah, you
Yeah.
guys just wiped all their warriors.
Run a
So
quick
new
berry,
guys,
come back. Yeah.
yeah, you guys back on it, and having that speed, I mean, he's already got it back under mid ledge.
Right.
And I'm guessing he rides it
I
almost
think he
back
gets
to
it back to
middle.
the middle here, yeah.
Mm.
Which is basically like it's kind of deflating for you
Yeah,
if the other team runs
because
it.
they
And
had it almost at the gate,
right,
right?
and they get it halfway back. I've always found that very deflating when a team's able to do that to me.
Yeah, and I
My
mean,
team.
and definitely at this point, like gold can't necessarily, they're not really winning by the snail anymore. I would say right now we're winning just because we have like
We
the
have all
berries.
these berries in, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
And we
especially
got
if we get one more top here.
Yeah.
That's definitely so. Chris getting up here on right continues to get up. New guy continues to run speed berries. He actually had missed a speed berry jump earlier. Kind of fell off the ledge. I wasn't quite sure what he was doing. We would have had all tops in at this point if he had not done that. But that's fine. That's fine. I mean, he's still got a berry in. Still got a lot. Still has speed. And still is moving the snail back. So it's really tough to run berries on Dusk Map, especially to get the top ones in on every jump perfectly. The game's a platformer, but in some ways it's a little clunky as a platformer because it's one button and it's on an arcade cabinet, and the arcade stick's not quite as easy as a joystick. So if you're running berries out there and having to miss on Dusk, don't feel so bad. So you're getting set up here at the top. You're hiding out in one of the few safe spots that Cody and others have illuminated on this map, which is really the top of the screen.
Yeah.
What's your thought process here?
So my thought process is, I'm pretty sure you guys you were telling me we only need 2 berries. I kind of see that the snail's not really in a danger zone.
No.
By any means. And I think my thought process here was maybe
You look like you're avoiding speed warriors as much as possible.
Yeah.
Is what I'm seeing.
Kind of just making sure I'm tagging gates just in case. But Chris gets a nice clear there.
Yeah.
Now that was huge.
And we thought we were getting that one in.
And then
Lev dies right above it, but jumps in.
Yeah.
Somebody jumped it in. He did. To his credit, jumped in that right berry. And this is where we catch him napping. Because nobody's covering the middle, and I see it, so I'm going to hold it. And they can't get to there from the right, and Dan can get there from the left.
Yeah.
Beautiful jump there by Chris. I mean, just the presence of mind to get this berry from their berry runner low as I kill him, grab it, and immediately start jumping up because he sees the opening.
And I mean, Damish completely avoided or completely gave up his positioning as well.
That's right.
And
so
that's
man, that still gets me hyped up watching that.
Yeah.
One more time.
and I mean, from the way that game was progressing, from them almost having snail in the gate. To us riding it all the way back, That was kind of a back and forth game. That was great. I'm giving everybody hugs because I'm so excited.
And we were able to go ahead and we do win the night map, which was pretty good. I mean, kind of go through it fast. I don't know if there's anything huge here to watch.
Uh, I know
But we
we
do,
we get
yeah,
early snail pressure. I know somehow that we just get a lot of snail pressure. Um,
yeah.
we were definitely about to win by snail. Oh, we did win by snail. But yeah, we were just cruising on snail.
Right.
I know we do usually.
Yeah, so I mean, this map was pretty close. Queens, I mean, it's just a tight night map, but we were able to push the snail and win the warrior battles. But you know, we get this, we go to the reset, and to their credit, John Starks, we took a little break in between, which
Mm,
probably wasn't the best idea for everybody on our team.
yeah,
Because look, I mean, look how long this break goes. That
we
was
lost the hype.
we lost a lot of hype.
Mm,
And playing against Domish and Dan and Turbo, three super accomplished players. Rob, Diana, you know, she's seems cool as a cucumber. You don't know because she's not popping off or anything like that, but she seems real cool. So
mm-mm.
I think taking that time off definitely played into their hands a little bit. But we played four really close rounds, but I think they won 4-1, 4-0, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it did. Yep.
And
Hmm.
that's to their credit that they were able to. I mean, if you really go back and you look at that night map we watched earlier in the winners finals, if we had won that, we would have been up 2-1.
Yeah.
And they very possibly could have been the winners champions, winners finals champions, and then we would
Yep.
have. But you never know. You never know how that would have played. The first seven, they very easily could have reset us with how close those games were, and then
Hmm.
these were really close games too.
Yeah.
But they were able to clutch them out. The, it's really championship level play.
And I
So,
think I think that's kind of just the Domish factor that I mean he's been there, done that. So I don't know if Domish necessarily like ever lost his cool. Just mainly because he's kind of been there, done that.
yeah. And so we're on this night, yeah, this night map here. We're getting pretty close on berries, but I think we just, yeah, I
Do
don't
we?
know.
We
Yeah,
just
we
I think.
lose. Yeah, we're not able to get these last two, and they really did a good job of stacking that ledge,
Hmm.
and putting Dan and Turbo on that ledge. Oh, but they
Oh,
got you on this pinch, which
on
is
the
really
bench. Yeah,
nasty.
that was my biggest weakness. My biggest weakness by far.
um, so yeah, so I don't know if we have to go all the way to the end because I mean that was a really great play, and Turbo was a super striker all tournament long,
Hmm.
and Dan did some huge stuff for them as well. So, do you have any final thoughts on KQ23 as a tournament or as the experience? You're not queening anymore, really, since then. This is a few weeks later, yeah.
Not really. I mean, Phoenix. I queen Phoenix, obviously. Kind of after Phoenix, I didn't feel as good about my performance. And I kind of asked some other people how I did, and they kind of all agreed that it wasn't as strong as my 23. Um,
So it's the
but
pinnacle of your queen career, huh?
kind of, yeah, a little bit. I still queen every now and then in KC, just
Okay.
kind of queen.
Yeah.
Um, but I've been working a lot more on my Speed Warrior
Okay.
since for GDC this weekend.
Good.
I'll be playing with Cody.
Okay.
Um,
That'll be fun.
yeah, so that's I mean,
Yeah, so KQ23, super competitive, right? I mean, one of the better, more competitive tournaments we've probably seen in the
mm,
history of Killer Queen, in my opinion, at least. Just in terms of 1 through 16, just a lot of great teams.
mhm.
A lot of people showed up we didn't expect to show up, and it was a great tournament. Did you feel like second was an accomplishment? You felt like second was an accomplishment, right? I mean, it wasn't. Nobody was really hanging their heads on our team, were they?
No, 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 definitely not. And I mean, kind of going into it, I was thinking maybe top three, so like third place was kind of a goal I had set.
Hmm.
Because mainly because it was just my first tournament as a queen, and kind of looking at some of the teams like Woody's team, Domish's team, Dylan's team,
Yeah, the Andrew and
lots
Esparza team, Helen, that team was
and
good. Yeah,
and the
Soda.
Scotty Pippen team.
Mm-hmm.
So going into it, I'm like, you know, I was mainly just trying to keep my cool and not really be intimidated, because I knew it would be a competitive tournament. Um, but having like you as a speed warrior and Chris and Lev, and I kind of just watching new guy in the past, I had known like he was a really good objective warrior or player. Um, so just kind of knowing I was surrounded by a good team kind of helped me out a lot.
Yeah, and you played great. Um, and I really appreciate you coming on and talking
Mhm.
about it with me here for KQ2, our recap of KQ23. And good luck this weekend. Good luck in future tournaments. Hopefully, have you on the show again.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, man. I
See ya.
will see you later. So that was the great interview I just did with Matt Feldkamp, and I say it's great because he was great, and I really appreciate the time he gave to giving that interview, and a thoughtful one at that. And let's show a quick team picture of that team, which from the left to right was Lev, me, Aaron Goldberg, Matt Feldkamp, Chris Baldwin, and David New Guy Kirk. That was a really fun team to play with, and I really enjoyed playing with them. I think everybody had a really good time. At least they said so in the team chat afterwards. You never know if you can believe people, uh, but I think we did. I think it was a legitimate good time. I'm kidding. I believe people. So yeah. So gonna segue from that into my interview with Dylan Conrad. He queened for a team called Michael Gordon. His team ended up coming in fourth place here. He had a couple of Columbus people on his team, Hells, three actually, Craig and Blake, as well as Johnny from Chicago. And they had a really good run through this tournament. And I'm going to recap the match. We went over the match that they played against uh, Monstars, which was Woody Stanfield's team from Chicago. Um, we didn't realize when we went over this that Cody had actually gone over the same match looking at Woody's play. We kind of focused a little bit more, so hopefully it's enjoyable, but you should definitely check out Cody's video where he goes over the same match, looking at the Queen play specifically of Woody. So again, I want to say thanks for tuning in. There's a great, really good interview here with Dylan coming up. Hope you enjoy. All right, so I called up my friend Dylan Conrad, this big guy right here, who now lives in Charlotte, but he participated in Killer Queen 23. Dylan, do you want to talk about Killer Queen 23?
Yeah, I was doing like I was throwing up the click gang signs right there.
Yeah, why are you
Um,
doing that?
I don't know because I'm all about that clit life.
Oh, all right.
Uh, no,
That's what they call it there now?
yeah, yeah. So
uh, yeah, so
20,
you played in Killer Queen 23. Yeah, you were
yeah,
on a team called Michael Gordon.
yeah, Michael Gordon.
And who all did you have on that team?
It was me, Craig, Blake, Hell, and Johnny.
So you had three people
So,
from Columbus, right? Blake, Hell, and Craig.
yeah.
Um, so before the tournament started, when you made that team, did you know that this was probably going to be your last tournament as a Chicago resident at Logan Arcade?
Not when the team formed.
Yeah.
I didn't like done that math. I
Okay.
wasn't
I mean,
playing.
I was gonna get really mad.
Yeah, I know. It just like the team formed, and then also everything kind of fell into place. And I was like, okay, this is
Yeah.
cool.
And
All
you like to
fun.
mix your teams up a lot for at least local tournaments, not necessarily traveling ones. So how did
Yeah.
that sort of come together? That team with those Columbus people.
I got a message from Hell one day, and she was like, "Would you ever want to play together?" And I was like, "Of course, that sounds great." And then I was like, "Well, I don't know if you and Craig are trying to play together or not, because you guys play together all the time." So I was like,
Right.
"Well, if he wants to, we can. If not, like we can figure it out." And then messaged him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm down."
Okay.
So then I was like, "Okay." And then Blake messaged me and was like, "Hey, do you want to play together ever?" And I was like, "Well, actually, uh, I've got like most of your team if you want to play
Right.
with them." And
Right.
he was, "Okay, I'm down." And he's like, "Don't tell them though." And so we kept it a secret.
Right. So
And
you kept it a secret from them, and they didn't know who your fifth was. I mean, you picked up Johnny, Chicago drone, good guy,
yeah,
guy you
except John,
played with a couple times in a row there, and so you
John
picked
was
him up,
like,
and
"What are
then you didn't
what are the?"
tell him Blake was on the team.
Yeah, well, yeah. So none of them knew. I think Johnny knew, but I was like Johnny only because Johnny would not have been about it if he didn't know who the fifth was, because he was very competitive and he wanted to win.
Okay.
So he had to know who the
He
so
had to know
he
who it was.
and then they didn't know, which I was shocked because I kind of just assumed they would find out, but Blake was like a master sleuth online and posting like it was just one after the other, like fake outs. Cody, next thing you know, has a post. He's going to
He's
Chicago.
going to Chicago. So everybody thought Cody was your fifth.
Everyone thought it was Cody,
Right.
uh, and so we kind of played that up.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun. I honestly like was like, okay, this idea is kind of dumb. There's no way they're not gonna. And then like once it got like 2 weeks before, and they were like, so like we still don't know. I was like, oh my god.
Right. So it's funny because the night before the tournament, I'm going to share my screen with you now and see so you
Yeah,
can
let
see
me see
what's
it.
going on over here. Can you see me now?
I see a, I see me. What's up?
What's up? What's up, Bill? So let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah,
You can see that, right? So the night before the tournament, everybody's playing games, trying to get practice in, and this guy shows up dressed exactly like Newman,
yeah,
with the ski mask on, comes in, tries to do his Newman thing,
yeah,
um, but Newman forgot to wear his ski mask. Yeah.
yeah. Newman messed up. He's been unfriended on Facebook. We're no longer. He
um,
he messed that up.
And
Yeah, there it is.
so this is Blake coming in, and so he walked around acting a fool, and it was funny. Everybody once they realized who he pulled it off, and it was Blake showing up, and it was funny because Craig was standing there, and Craig was like rubbing his hands together, and he's like, "This is good, this is good."
Yeah,
He's like, "I thought it was Cody or Blake, but I know Blake, and we play together much. This is good for us for tomorrow." And I was like,
yeah.
"Glad you got that. Looks good."
It's so funny. That picture cracks me up because beard mostly. It's like that's obviously not Newman.
Right.
Like it's you see that brown beard. Oh yeah, there's the squad.
Yeah, how did I
That
not like this when this? I
is
somehow
hell.
missed this. I gotta like that now. And Hell put this photo up, and they were all wearing tracksuits. That's Jen with
Yeah.
Blake and Newman, all tracksuited out. I think that's the day of. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
My favorite part of this picture is like hell right to the right of Newman.
Right.
Um, just creeping. She almost looks like she's stuck in like a pinball machine.
Yeah.
Like, help.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
great
No, it
photo.
was great. It was honestly a really fun last tournament in
Yeah.
Chicago.
So you guys had a pretty good run here. I had a committee a little bit, some help. Seeded you guys sixth going in.
Yeah.
Um, you hadn't played together. It's a pretty good seed for this super competitive tournament. You had a pretty good
Yeah.
run with a 3-0 to start against that. I think Newman was on that team, the bigger, more powerful button team.
Yeah, we did play Newman because we family portraited him.
Right.
And I mean, I'm gonna family now. I'm family portraiting in any tournament if I can.
That's your thing now?
But yeah, I guess so. But so we did that, and it was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Blake was yelling at him the whole time, acting like Newman.
Okay.
We almost had Blake queen against Newman just for that first one,
Right.
just for the fun. But
You
yeah,
decided not
played
to.
Newman,
Okay.
did well.
You did. You 3-0, and then you lost to the Birthday Boys team, which was
Yeah,
Cesar's team.
Azar was
Um,
on that whole series. I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
that was like the series of the tournament.
Was it? He was
He
playing
was
real well.
insane. There was a dusk map where we had the snail in our goal basically, and we had all the gates and warriors, speed warriors, and Cesar killed every warrior on my team like probably 3 times each,
Yeah.
and just kept dying. He was on last life and had no gates. Couldn't leave the snail. They just kept dying, and they're getting frustrated. I'm like, guys, he just keep going at him. He can't do this forever.
But he did.
But then right
Apparently.
after I said that out loud, I was like, oh, he might be able to.
So they sent you to losers, but then you had a real good run where you 3-0'd a couple teams here. Dunk out with your tongues out. I forget who
Yeah.
that was offhand.
Um, Todd's team, I think.
Might have been Todd's team, yeah. I think and Steffi was Steffi on that team and Travis.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's that team
it's a pretty good
definitely.
team. And then
Yeah,
you 3-0'd Buzz Thrill, another really good team. Buzz
yeah.
Thrill.
We
That was their
played. That was
first
like our
tournament
best
JCC.
played series. I
Was
think
it?
everyone had clicked in that series. It was just they ran into a buzz saw.
They ran into the goat, Michael Gordon. Um, And then yeah, and then you guys, this is the match user. I'm letting my guests choose what match they want to watch, and you want to watch you against Woody's team here with
Yeah, we're gonna watch
Monstars.
that
So
was
this is a 5 round, and it's got a famine in it. So somehow we're gonna have to kill 25 minutes of time here, Dill.
yeah, we're off. No, we got this. We can
Um,
talk.
we can talk. Let's turn the sound up a little bit on the
Right
background here.
there on gold.
Yeah. So what were you thinking going into this match against this Woody team and the Monstars?
Uh, basically, I mostly was just trying to be aware of Wilk at all times.
Okay. Wilk's
'Cause,
over here on gold apps.
yeah, he's on gold abs. I just every tournament like that juke. He just tried to get me on that left one. He thought I was gonna dive, or he just tried to bait me, and I was very aware. Like I'm not gonna go for these baits. Um, Mostly because like now I feel like every time I play him, I don't know how he's won Bumble Bash
2 years in
twice
a row.
and still just like hangs under the radar when he plays. Um,
Yeah, a little
I don't
bit.
I don't know, but yes,
Uh,
hyper
I think it's
conscious.
because he was a vanilla warrior both times.
Yeah,
And so he was also the newest member of the team the first year. He'd only been playing
yeah,
for like 3 months before he won the first national tournament. Um, so I think Will kind of didn't get as much credit, but then he started playing Speed Warrior and he started playing Queen, and now he's doing those wonderful hot take videos.
yeah,
So Wilk is, and he's got Team Break going. So Wilk, I don't know. Yeah, I think 23. If that was the only time anybody's gonna sleep on him, that's probably their last opportunity.
yeah. I was hyper aware. I knew that we were working a hard snail tournament, and so I knew that would at least like help us. I mean, here we're getting destroyed on the snail, but I knew that would at least help us move an objective. We weren't like trying to start all mill and then switch it up. We were just like, well, this is our thing. We're gonna ride this now.
Yeah. So who
Um,
is who is what on your team? So you got Craig on checks,
it's
who just
cool.
died as I said his name. You
Uh,
got Blake on skulls,
yeah, and
and
hell
Hell's on
is
abs, and
abs.
then Johnny's on stripes. And so what was everybody's role at least to start every map?
Um, so we actually made a change mid-tournament after we lost to Cesar's team. Hell was our primary speed, and
Okay.
then she decided to make the call and decided to go
Nice kill.
vanilla. Great bump.
Drone
That's a
bump.
bump from Craig. So in
Yeah.
this series, Craig has like 4 bump assists. Like friggin' wild drone play from Craig on blue
Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
Um,
Craig's normally a queen. Yeah.
yeah, so he normally, I mean, but he's got that awareness. But yeah, another good kill. This is one of the ones that we probably should have lost. Like right here, we're
Wait,
stuck.
did you not lose this round?
No,
Oh
we
my god! What? Oh, look at Wilk yelling at Woody in the bottom right. Oh my goodness, those 2 bump
right.
kills.
If
That
you
was
re
2 from
like,
Craig.
yeah, and if you, I don't know, rewind it.
I mean,
We
I
got
can rewind it. We don't. That's
this.
fine. I can do that. That's fine. Here, let's
You know
watch
the
it.
quick hotkeys to take it back. Oh yeah, you know those.
Yeah, I got the hotkeys.
All right,
There we
just look at this awareness.
go. Oof.
Yeah, that
Nice
was
turnaround on him. So they almost have Snail in. And a bump kill from Craig, that kill, which was
they're
beautiful. And you got no warriors. And the
um,
Snail's almost in. And
put
then this bump?
reach in there. Like
One more time, everybody, to see where
I
Craig
don't
comes
know,
from.
Wood did
Craig
the
comes
right
from the
thing. They
hive.
trying to
Look
lock
at
down
this.
the stage,
Boom.
but just you know, didn't see Craig flying out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, he basically spawned and on first try, jump bump right into you.
Yeah, just perfectly falling into him. So yeah, we were. This is one of those like series in KQ where like after you play it, you're like, okay, this game's just chaos sometimes.
For sure. Absolutely. Um, they had everything going for them, but when there's a limiter, when there's 3 queen lives, things can happen that change that. You can
Yeah.
dominate a whole round and still lose. Um,
So
so
yeah, this
now you're running berries on night map, which you and
yeah
I, in the run up to this tournament, we didn't have. I was on a 4 or 5 scene team, 4 scene team, I think. And you were on this pickup team, so you didn't really have anybody at league night. So you and I ran a lot of night berries at league night.
yeah. It's been we've been running like 2-2 and variations of it on night map for like a while before this tournament.
You and I did for sure,
Yeah.
with whoever we could pick up at league night. So how did you sell your team on running night berries?
I mean, Johnny was an easy sell.
Right.
He loves to get those berries in. He loves those jukes. Also, I think Craig was all about it. I'm pretty sure Craig, or I guess he's ledging now, but it was, I don't know, they're all like very smart and open to fluidity. And so,
Okay.
like, look, pushing Snell a little bit,
Beautiful place
like,
from Wilk. Wilk just.
we're doing a little bit of everything right here. I kind of boofed this opener, and it took us forever to get a warrior up. And then by the time we do, they also were running berries hard.
Right. And so you need
And
it. Yeah, you don't have a ledge here
I
once
think this
Wilk
one
took them all
starts like a
out.
classic 2-2. Yeah, this one, Cody's over there. Starts
So,
as a classic 2-2. And, if the ledge just goes down and you can't get a ledge up,
right.
it's just really,
Yeah, and that was just tough for the ledge there. A vanilla ledge against a speed warrior and a queen's got little to no chance
I
against
don't
that.
think I don't think you can vanilla ledge on that map anymore.
It's
You
tough.
can't,
You
but you
can't sit in the
shouldn't.
hive.
Yeah, you can do it, but you shouldn't have to be like. If you're doing it, it should be because you can die.
Okay.
You shouldn't be like the only one in there that has to be the rock and can't die, or else you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
If that, I don't know if that makes sense, but speed ledge is where it's at because those the speeds are way too good at clearing now, along with like queens, and everyone's a little smarter.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think in terms of the kill mechanics, there's a little less helmet stuff. A little less bouncy. You get them with the spur kills, so if you fly up
Yeah,
and you get into that range, the queen's got to swipe you.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. You're done.
I wonder what that face means next to Goldberg commentary. You seeing that? What's that like? Loud? Is that because I'm loud? Anywho,
I
did you see that comment in the
I'm
Twitch
looking.
chat?
I actually don't see you.
In the Twitch chat, it says Goldberg commentary. He's got two faces next to it. I don't know. We're zooming
Oh,
ahead.
I
So,
it's
um,
yell.
what's up?
It's that yelling guy.
That
Yeah, I don't know.
yelling guy? That's cool. I'm into it.
Dude yelling.
So you opened up middle here on Dusk Map, which is kind
Yeah.
of opposite of what everybody's sort of doing these days, a little bit.
I honestly think you can counter it.
Okay, so you're countering what? The side wrap from the other team?
Yeah. Like so,
Let's
like,
hear this theory. I'm into
well,
it.
you can just like, if you want to start the snail early, like, look how far our snail is already.
That's
That's
true.
because we had the middle, we had the warrior there, and then what? They have the same amount of warriors as us. Like,
Well, actually, let's quickly go back to this opener and see what they
I,
did versus what you did. And so what
I,
happens here is Woody grabs his near gate and then goes
and
and
I know
grabs your
this.
gate, and then when you go and grab his far gate, he just kept going middle. So really, the two of you are just trading gates. You actually have more gates than he does, and you
Yeah,
go
but so
grab
you have your
his.
warrior who gets up right there, hold Woody. So Woody was stuck. He couldn't come over.
Well, what Woody should have done here actually is he should have
It's
turned
so fast.
around at this
Yeah,
point.
but
He should go grab your gate and then turn around and meet
yeah,
you at his gate.
but even if he does that,
Then
I'm
yeah,
probably
and then
thinking,
you
like,
just split the two outside gates. If you
we'll
let
get
the
up.
other
But
team get the outside gates, you're in some trouble.
the only reason I'm about that is that the snail is just starting like so fast. Like,
Yeah,
um, and then once you get the snail past that berry pile right there, everything gets so much easier. Um,
that's true. You have to get it past that bevel, or whatever
yeah,
you want to call it.
and so
Um,
I think even we might lose this one still. I'm honestly not sure,
I'm not sure
but
what happens here either. I did not pre-watch this.
yeah,
I do know a famine's coming up on day map that goes forever.
yeah. The
Um,
last game, this is probably the longest.
because this goes another almost 20 minutes, and we're on round 3.
Yeah,
So there's a real long map coming up here. So yeah, so Woody didn't turn around, and you guys were able to store a trade, but you got the snail really moved. It looked like they were going to go duskberries. And so you sent Blake, your speed warrior, up to ledge. Do you feel like you need a speed ledge on dusk?
yeah. I think you need at least one, maybe two.
Two
Um,
speed ledges.
maybe it
Okay.
depends on where you're at. Right here, or it depends on like what they're sending. Right here, there's three tops still, and they have no warriors really over there. So yeah, they smartly the warriors got out right there. Um,
Right.
Hell and Blake got out of there. Realized that they could probably move the snail a little bit because no one's really doing anything by the hive over there.
Yeah, so I mean the begin. Oh, what a stick from
Uh,
Blake. Yeah, so they've got the snail move back. They only have two top berries. Kind of played to a stalemate up to this point. You just have that one warrior. Do you feel like Dusk kind of stagnates a lot here? I don't know. I don't know what to say about a map like this one, really.
Somebody posted the question on Reddit. I was shocked that 75% of people liked us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't.
Blake on fire here, man, sitting on a hat trick.
Yeah, he definitely went Super Saiyan this game.
I mean, I,
Uh,
I don't hate Dusk Map. So if you're going to ask me whether or not I like Dusk Map or don't like Dusk Map, the answer is definitely not no for me. If you got to
yeah,
give me a third option, if you're going to tell me I'm lukewarm on Dusk Map, then I'd probably pick that one. But if it's a yes or no, I'd probably lean more towards yes than I would no.
yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Okay,
I'm
fair enough.
gonna say a hard no. I don't know.
So as a queen, what do you think? What do you think? I mean, you guys are both doing a good job of keeping your head at the ceiling here. Woody's on last life, so he
Well,
needs to
yeah,
get
that's the thing. It's just you can't really push and force your objective as much as Queen on this one. So it's purely a Queen egocentric opinion.
Yeah, because if
Like
you go low, you're in a lot of trouble.
it's just like this map always ends up like warriors dancing with each other, dying a bunch, then banning. It's warriors dancing, pretending like it's bonus map, middle of like empty space.
Yeah, and it's pretty open. It's almost as open as bonus map.
It's literally bonus map with a couple objectives,
Yeah.
um, and so like
So you've got now they've got no they got this the one warrior low and he's not really working with Woody. You killed him. Now they're down to none. So in terms of gate locking here, do you feel like your team maybe was a little behind from a lack of practice in terms of like
um,
locking a map?
well, yeah, we did well. No, so they didn't even get up there. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. If they hit warriors up, I'll say yes. If they don't,
I mean, they had a chance. They ran by it to run a berry, and they're two
yeah,
away. Um, we'll see if
yeah,
Woody's able to shepherd him in here. Nobody's going warrior for them.
yeah.
Even
It's
Wilk here is running
this
berries.
very the snail's moving. Oh, so we do win this one. We get the snail on this one.
Do you? I mean,
Johnny's
yeah, they
the
could. The warrior here again is not getting out left gate. He's
yeah.
dancing around. That's Wazy. Your cousin.
I think they were afraid of warrioring up and eventually hitting famine. I know there's so many berries. I don't
There's a
know what.
lot of berries. Yeah, I think they missed a chance to get up when they could have a couple times here.
Yeah,
That
they don't.
they're praying for that here dearly because this easily
Yeah,
could have kept going. They easily could have probably gotten a couple extra berries on top.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So you guys are doing pretty well. About to go
Yeah,
up
we
2-1
did
maybe
lock,
here.
did lock it down. The snail right now. Oh, that was bad, Jade.
It was.
But snail right now is just a matter of time, honestly. Um,
You think so? I
well, I
mean,
guess yeah, especially because now there's only the middle berries, so they
so
can't
let
even like,
yeah, let's talk quickly here before it's well, it's over. Actually, we don't have time.
like
I don't think it goes back to Dusk either. But the Dusk defensive snail in that last 5%. What are you thinking about on that as a team?
just basically it's a matter of time because like Woody had no warriors. I'm not gonna like leave those gates. If he leaves the snail to tag a gate, the snail's gonna get in.
Right.
He's on last life. It's one of those. Even if like the warriors are dying, they're gonna get back up, and like as long as two of them don't die at the same time, like I don't know.
Yeah. So
It's
I
it,
think
it,
yeah, Monstars really needed to get more warriors up there instead of Berry Rush like that. So that
yeah.
definitely cost them that round 3.
I mean that was
So
a fun dust map. That's a dust map I don't hate.
yeah,
Uh,
that was pretty quick. It wasn't awful, you know. And Woody
but
and Wilk trying to get some
yeah, it's a little
blood flow
loose.
in here.
But
Yeah,
he
they're
was wearing
loose.
that basketball shooting sleeve, which I respect. Actually, this team, the fact that this is a basketball tournament was the most like
Yeah, I mean that's right up your alley. Yeah.
a cooler tournament. Like, not to say it was like my tournament, but like that was a perfect theme. 23, Michael Jordan, get out
Yeah,
of here.
it worked as a pretty good send off for you.
Oh,
Because you're a huge basketball fan, and this is a
yeah.
basketball themed tournament, which is great. I was surprised when Josh Ecklow going into it was like, "So Michael Jordan is the theme," and we were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely."
It's Michael Jordan. Doesn't have to have a cute name.
Nope, just Michael
It's
Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it could have been Ryan Sandberg, or Michael and Ryan for a Cubs fan.
That's some Illini.
LeBron James. No, Ryan Sandberg played for the Cubs. Um, so
So,
again, you're
yeah,
running berries here. Did you think you have a 3-1 berry? Was that
yeah.
a switch that you guys purposely did?
I think that it was like one of those kind of defensive. I don't want to say we were maybe like forcing famine, but it's like, hey, we can do this, and if it happens, it happens. If not, uh,
What do you
we'll
think
work.
about the 3-1 berry on night map? The slow bleed.
Well, I think it's one of those things where like it's 3-1, but then if your warriors do get down and you have a warrior flip, then they just run some parries. The next thing you know, like your first dude got like right there, like
There's some crazy kick-ins here. But
we
yeah.
lost a warrior, and now we're running a couple berries. Like it's one of those like things where okay, you got 4 in, but then you lose a warrior, and they see an opportunity. All of a sudden, you have like 7 in, and seven's huge. Um, any more than that, and like you have the map, like all the magnetism's on your side of the map. Um,
And you're
so
winning
yeah,
pretty nicely. Well, those double jukes
yeah,
right there just juke
a
Craig
little
right out
bit
of his shoes to tie it
on
up
that
on
part.
berries.
But I mean, Craig, and then yeah, I got fucking wiped
And now
by
Craig's oof, nice dive there,
Ryan
Woody.
beat the crap out of me in that blue hive. But yeah, so like both teams are on berries. This is crazy. Berries are hype.
They are, and they've
No,
caught up. 4-4 here. Oof, oof, oof.
yeah,
Bad luck on that one a little bit, yeah.
Woody.
So yeah, so Woody. Let's talk about Woody as queen here a little bit. So I see people playing Woody, and I see. I feel like he's got a way of sort of hypnotizing the other team's queen. Oh man, you got a ton of berries in here.
Yeah, I don't. I would.
Into dogfighting him, and that's exactly what he wants to do: is dogfight the other team's queen if he can.
Yeah.
Do
Well,
you
I mean,
feel like
he's
I'm
not.
right on that one?
It's very controlled. Like
It is.
it's a thing where like you can't let him do whatever he wants. So like you do kind of have to go for him.
This
Um,
this part is trouble.
yeah,
Oh
right.
no. Oh
That
man.
very. That's crazy.
Oh, Dill. I mean, I get what you're doing. You kind of had to. You're looking for the
Knocked
clear.
out the game. Well, I'm relieved in one game 5 because I threw that one away.
Yeah,
Uh,
you did throw that one
I
away.
was
So
trying to
what are you
talk.
thinking going? You got to pick day map instead of dusk, right?
Yeah. Even though we wrecked on Dusk, I'm the worst at choosing maps.
Okay.
I need, I like that game 5 map choice. I'm the worst.
Yeah, we are
That's
pretty bad at
in
that.
Charlotte. I don't remember. I just let you guys do it. I'm pretty sure. Like I let you and Rich basically be like, yeah, this map, and I was like, okay, let's do it.
It worked out for us, yeah, for the most part. Yeah, we kind of won a bunch of game fives,
Like
maybe a
the night
couple.
map call or whatever. Like I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like we got destroyed on the first day map. We had no business winning that first day map.
Oh, you guys here? Yeah, that's true.
Well, we won it, and then this one ends up the same thing where we have no business winning this one. We were sending a drone. They really smart play. You can't send a drone immediately at the snail on the day map because the first drone kill, like the first drone to get there is just bait. Like they're gonna kill them and start their snail.
Hmm. Well,
Um,
I mean, it's going to be an eat. Whichever one gets there first is going to eat the other one, and if whichever one team might send a vanilla down there to clean it up. If you both
yeah,
send vanillas down there, then it's sort of a pinch and it should sit there and stagnate. But there probably are better uses for a drone at the beginning of that round, bumping out of gates, bumping the
yeah.
queen, stuff
I mean,
like
what we've
that.
been doing in Charlotte, I've been playing with a dude Joe who's been playing for not too long. He's one of the newer guys,
Okay.
but his drone play is like so good. Um, And so what he just, bumps, messes around for a while, and then like grabs speed.
Oof, beautiful
Uh,
play right there.
yeah, that was a perfect like textbook
Yeah,
pinch.
it was. Pinch.
Uh,
And even kind of a reverse one, because let's just go. I mean, we got 10 minutes to watch here, but he thinks he's got you in a pinch. Watch this. He's
yeah,
chasing
yeah,
you, and his warrior comes. That's Wazy. Set it up. They think you have a pinch, but
yeah,
Craig from behind.
yeah, perfect, perfect. That's just Craig's awareness. Like it was,
Yeah.
look, I honestly think most queens can you figure it out on warrior. Like they can't do the stuff that like the warriors who play all the time do. Like they can't do that stuff, but they have great map awareness, which goes a long way.
That's true. Yeah, I mean the tech is slightly different. You got to play a little. I don't know. I mean it's.
Safely, I mean, you can stay on the ceiling. You know when you can die, and like when you're vulnerable.
Hmm.
Uh,
You get a lot
I,
more lives as warrior than queen.
I kind of
Generally,
screwed the warrior up there. That's something that I gotta be better about. I
which part?
dove out. That pinch stresses me out,
It
and then
does.
I got left my warrior to hang, and then they
You
die.
dove out of it, yeah. Yeah, that's it's a tough one, and it's been an adjustment onto
It,
this new patch, because people, when you saw a pinch getting set up before, the first instinct is really to dive out of it. And now with the auto hover, pretty much, and warriors, you kind of got to push, you got to create space for yourself before diving out,
yeah.
and
Also,
sort of pushing towards the warrior, pushing a queen back off the ledge.
the hit stun is bigger now. I think.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm sure someone could argue that. I'm sure
I think
Dan
it
does.
is. I think it is slightly longer.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it's because more people are doing it and better. I honestly think that there's less time for me to turn around as queen.
So
Uh,
again, they have the snail though pushed almost all the way
yeah,
there,
all the
and you
way, all
just
the way.
lost your first life. So
Woody's
it's a
on
little silly
Paso,
picking the stay map, yeah.
right?
So
Their snail work was incredible. They did really good work. Like that was a perfect little stick there from Raznik. Um, like look at
nice. See that?
their
That's huge.
Raznik was right there, and their teamwork was really good.
It was.
Um,
So no, I think the difference now is that warriors aren't dropping their hovers as much, so that pinch is more easy to set up because they're going to keep the ceiling as they push forward into a queen's back. I think
I
that
mean,
is a big difference in terms of how the game
I would
plays
argue
now and
that
before.
why couldn't Warriors do it before? If the queen can has to stay on the ceiling, like Warriors should too.
Hmm.
But
I mean, that was a big problem for a lot of people was the ability to keep the ceiling.
yeah,
It was trouble for me. And
yeah,
so when you're going to get a pinch and from behind, you're not just worried about the timing of it. You're worried about falling off the ceiling as you get into
yeah,
it. Now you're sort of locked into it. You don't have that fear on the second one. You just got to get the
yeah.
timing
It
down.
definitely has made everyone, I think, play more like a team.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Which
mean that's the easiest. That's how you need to get kills. You're not going to get kills from people falling off the ceiling nearly as much. The stick isn't going to work for you nearly as much as it did before, unless you catch people napping, catch them bouncing. At least that's the way I see it nowadays.
yeah,
So you're
I,
getting hunted here.
yeah.
Let's talk a little bit. We're not. I think that this definitely has to go to famine. We have
It
another
definitely
7
goes to
minutes of this round
yeah.
roughly.
It definitely goes to famine. Oh yeah,
So what's your thought process here, man? They let you out, which is
it's
surprising. Wilk,
threats are
the
gonna
creator of the
shit.
columns video, let you out of a column.
Wilk, yeah. No, go back on that one. Let's talk about these columns with Wilk. This is just a battle right now. This is like a it's a 1v1 between me and Wilk, and we both know it. Um,
And he let you. I mean, he let you out. They had you underneath that right warrior gate.
I just think he was afraid of a stick from any angle.
Okay. I mean, you
Um,
could definitely shake people out of columns by having your
yeah,
helpers come in and sort of scare them away. Oh, nice, Jay. That's a round-saving play, pretty much.
yeah. I mean, honestly, like you got to hit at all those J's. You got to be going for it all. If like they're gonna just sit there,
Hmm.
especially on those little ledges where like I don't know, they feel safe. Like yeah, I think like any high queen play is any queen is going for that J.
Yeah.
It's an easy kill. Like it's a freebie if you hit it. Jang's very tough, but especially if there's two of them right there, like you're gonna go for that every time.
Right. Um, so yeah, so as this gets towards the end here, you're just great. You've got all the map in your favor
Yeah,
here.
we're
You've
getting the
grabbed
snail back.
everything.
There's still
At what
very.
point do you want to insert yourself into that lower fight to sort of clear that snail up?
I'm not as queen, especially. So like I can see that the famine's coming at
Hmm.
this,
There's like
and
7 berries left, yeah?
I'm keeping my egg at all costs right now. I'm playing like I'm on last life.
Okay.
Because at the end of a famine, having that extra egg allows you to do so much more. And we have a ton of warriors. Like, look, we have all warriors. We ended up going full mill.
Right. Johnny
Just,
Warrior here.
yeah, just so we could eventually get that. Have the if we had warriors and eggs when it hits famine, then like it's very hard to come back from that. Um, and like we, respected them and knew that like they could flip it. So we were like, well, let's just try to get full mill and then kill their warriors and figure it out from here.
Okay.
Um, this one's gonna go for a while. I'm trying to think of
Yeah,
who,
I mean, you were down to 2 berries left now, so very
yeah,
quickly here, it
and
that's where we're at. And the famine's here, 3-on-3 warriors, sort of just holding space. Johnny keeps getting out, which is pretty smart because we're down to 1 berry sitting there in the bottom left side.
um,
Um, so what were you telling Johnny to do? He wasn't normally worrying for you guys. When he was up, did you have any sort of special instructions for him, or?
kill himself.
Well, not at
Uh,
this point. Yeah.
no. My special instructions for Johnny were literally Johnny do dope s. Um, but it was like literally anytime Johnny got up, I'd turn to him and be like, Johnny, let's see it. Like I was so hyped. Johnny brings the hype out in me. Like I'm sure everyone on that team can attest. I was yelling at Johnny if he was up, like Johnny, because like we practiced the night before, and Johnny warriored up and was doing some crazy stuff.
He does some crazy stuff, man. He
He's
does.
he's got moves, and so I literally was like, Johnny, you have like a free pass right now to do whatever your mind like. You have a you friggin' just paint a picture, Johnny. Let's see some poetry.
Yeah.
Um, so anytime he was up, it's like Johnny, do like right there. He's chasing that guy because he's like, that's when I was like, Johnny, you gotta do some dope stuff.
Oh, don't get. He's gonna get killed by Wilk though. He's gonna get pinned straight here.
Nah, he
Oh
doesn't
no,
get it.
Johnny. Yes, get out of there, Johnny.
He eventually dies to the queen. He stayed alive forever, and then eventually just throws himself at the queen.
So I think
Um,
somebody might have actually clipped this, and I actually had a bookmarked all the clips that I wanted to go over from this tournament, and they called it like good famine action or something. You were all just sitting
yeah,
there doing
there,
nothing.
like it was one of those like final bets before the battle.
Yeah.
Like we've been battling for 20 minutes at this point. If you can see the other team and you both are like, yo, let's take a 10. Um, like re-enter this battle. Like it was
Right.
like respect, just like
Sip some water from your canteen.
yeah, both of us are exhausted. Let's retreat.
Yeah.
Friggin' go back to the bunker, eat an apple, and then hit the battleground.
Right. So at any point here were you thinking let's pinch Woody? Let's try to put
Well,
some
so the
pressure
problem
on him. He's on last life.
and the reason it's so insufferable is because it's all vanilla warriors.
Yeah.
You literally can't hint a queen like he would just run away. Like both of us would just run away from any. If we see a warrior slowly hobbling towards us because they're vanilla, we're out of it.
Okay.
Like both of us are too good to get pinched by a vanilla warrior in a situation where it absolutely doesn't matter.
Right.
That's the reason this famine takes so long, and that's the reason too these warriors stay up because like you're like, hey, use teamwork, guys, pinch, but like it's too
I
vanilla.
mean, just lost Hells.
Yeah.
Johnny went down earlier. You're down to 2-2 here. But yeah,
Uh,
they're
uh,
trying to get this columns going.
Yeah.
Craig, Blake kind of bails him out there just by scaring him off. Woody's
Yeah.
faking dives. So again, so now you're still on famine. You still have the extra egg, and that snail is now moving, and they've got some setup here. What are you thinking? You got to insert yourself, right? You did right
Yeah,
there.
I'm getting in there. Like right there, I'm Jaying in, trying to get like he's gonna. I am at the point where I'm now using my egg because like I can Jay, I can do that. I can't let them box out like that and get the snail too far, where stuff's gonna get into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so it is
Trouble
like
here.
it was like a switch that
Oh.
was activated.
And you're down. You got no warriors with you now.
Yeah,
It's just you, and
yeah.
they've kept their two. This is Raznik
It
and
is
Wilkening, and a
warriors.
snail push
Uh,
versus you. But
yeah.
you do have the extra egg. And this
So
happens again. Oh my God, Craig!
um,
Again?
yeah,
You
yeah.
want two
Rewind.
day maps because of Craig bumps? Come on.
So yeah, right. This is the most insane series.
Unbelievable.
Had no business. Um,
If Craig's queening again, he should probably get off, take over a drone, and jump on somebody's head just to get the bump kill to himself.
yeah, yeah, just switch. Like, hey,
Hey, let me get this bump. You take it. Just hover right here.
well,
I'll jump into him.
I just think that's that queen vision right there.
I think that this was
That one,
clipped too, so I'm gonna watch it because I was gonna watch this clip later because somebody clipped this. But what a play! From nowhere, boop.
no, it's crazy too because Woody like, okay, so I'm at the bottom right there. Woody, I don't, he didn't do the right thing. He probably shouldn't have been down there.
No.
It, he,
Oh, you're breaking up, Dill.
what he did right there, I'm down at the bottom. I'm assuming that he's gonna, because if he J's in there and hits that J, I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that's what he's gonna do because he has the Warriors on his side right there.
Right.
So he knows my only option is a short stick right there. So he baits me.
Right. To get out of it and then come dive down.
I was he baits me with short stick, then pops out and like completely owns me. But then Craig comes out of nowhere.
Right.
Like that was not planned. I didn't see. I was just going for a short stick because I thought Woody was going for the J because I was in a terrible. I put myself in a bad spot, so I assumed he was going to go for the J. Um,
Which is funny, actually. This is actually how you ended up losing on the turn. This is your last match against
oh,
Minneapolis, who
the
had a
same
great run this
spot.
tournament. You end in the same spot. The other way that's played is Nick
Yeah,
Larson coming in with a sweet J dive, boop, and they're looking for bumps, but it's not going to happen for you. And this is
right.
ironically how your tournament ended.
Right. You had that one queued up.
I know the timestamp because I wanted to go over this part with you. This was the end of
Yeah.
of your tournament run here, your last tournament from Chicago. Um, so what were your thoughts? How did you feel overall about this tournament?
That was great. I wanted a medal.
Yeah,
Uh,
the medals are
which
great.
medal.
You came really close to get. You're breaking up again.
Which is tight. I felt like, yeah, the hype was for the day. I wanted to up that.
Yeah.
I was my eyes out. I was
What?
trying to
Jill,
so
you're breaking up. You're breaking up big time.
yeah, I don't know. Any tournament where I think everyone on my team had like a moment or a series where they played like better than like played like their ability. Um, Anytime that happens, I feel like it's a successful tournament. And I think that happened in this tournament where like at one point, if it's Johnny or Blake or Hal or Craig, one moment everyone's like, yo, that was awesome. We won that. Um, yeah, it's a great tournament. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I
You
cried a
guys really.
bunch.
What's up?
I cried a bunch at the end.
Yeah. It was an emotional scene for sure. You can hear John actually was crying here on commentary at the end,
Yeah,
which is.
like a
But he's right. I mean, you're our guy, and it was great to watch you guys play, and it was really impressive your run you guys had. And you're always welcome here. You can always come home and play on a team in the tournament.
I think I'll be back for 25. I'm making an official announcement.
Uh,
If
well,
you
I mean, I hope you're coming back for 25
if
on
you
the
happen
same
to
team.
hear, I'm 25 for 25. I'm playing with Rob, Katie, John, Young, and Ryan Weisner.
Oh,
You heard,
is
you
that
heard it first.
That's great. That's great, man. You guys will have a great team. Really great. Those are lovely people, and I'm proud of you
Yeah,
guys.
I'm
Um,
really looking forward to it.
yeah, so that'll be good. But that was a good run. And Dill, I think after watching that fan, we should probably let people stop watching this interview. But
Yeah,
do you have any
I'm,
parting thoughts on this one? Do you want to give people?
KQ is pure chaos. Ride the wave.
Dylan Conrad out. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, buddy, and I'll talk to
All
you
right,
soon.
love
Okay?
you. All right, bye.
Peace. So that concludes the interview portion of this recap for KQ23. I want to thank again Matt Feldkamp and Dylan Conrad for taking the time to talk to me about their experience with KQ23. They're both wonderful. Um, and they're both great players. So catch them in a tournament near you. We're going to close out this recap going over some clips from KQ23. I got 10 of them lined up that kind of sorted into order a little bit. Don't take it personally if you disagree, or feel free to yell at me if you disagree. Either one's fine. This was one of the most clipped tournaments I think Logan Arcade has ever had. There are a ton of clips on the Logan Arcade Twitch channel um, to sort through, and I'm not going to show any that I've already gone over the footage for. There are definitely some great clips of Lev's plays, some Dylan stuff that was clipped, some team stuff for us, and Domish's team, I think, as well, was clipped a little bit. Some cool plays. So I'm not going to show any of that stuff again that's been shown before. So with that, I'm going to move over to Twitch and show my top 10 clips. Let's say goodbye to me. So my 10th is going to be this one from Minneapolis. They had this good team Zero Chill, and Sarah here on Gold Skulls was a really strong speedler, and she gets the final kill there Belkamp to go up 2-1 in her first round match. Really set them up to pull off the upset, but they didn't. but still, that's a great clip. She was really good. Keep an eye on her. So I'm going to close that one out. That was my 10th. And here's my 9th. This is Michael Gordon, Scottie Pippen. This is my boy Dill.
Stick from Sisk.
They thought they had him here. Nick and Josh gave him extra life. Look at this kill. Gets out of that.
But a stick from Sisk.
Went nuts. We'll watch it one more time real fast. This clip. Oof. And still not sure how he got out of that. That was great. That was 9. And this one coming back, gonna do a little bit from my team here. We played a good matchup here on day map. I think this is the one I'm looking for. Yes. Okay. So Domish comes down here on the right.
Andrea, I don't understand the reference. You have to explain who's the Patriots and who's the Eagles.
Yeah.
Who's Philadelphia?
I got this right.
Nice kill from
Oh, sorry. This is the end of the clip. So Domish actually died already. This is the beginning of it. So Domish goes up. He dies there to Matt. Catches him rising. They still have 3 warriors up. We have 2.
There's some aggressive queen movement that just kind of catches a lot of
so they're going to have the advantage here. But you'll see something that Domish is really good at is setting up on the right side of the gates on these maps. And this actually gets flipped on him pretty quick. See all 3 of them there, and then Chris comes around to bump. Oh! And then Paul.
Again, it's the implied pinch. It's the threatened pinch which does it to the queen.
It is. So that was
Andrea, I
play by Chris to turn that one around and get Domish. You gotta get Domish with quick pinches, otherwise it's gonna be tough for you. This is a great play here. So this is JD on queen for blue, gambling addiction. They rotate the queens every round pretty much, and they're about to lose here to that zero chill team on Snail, but JD just going through, dripping all the way across the map. They still have all their warriors. I think they're wondering what kind of happened where JD go to get the warrior kill, and he does it again. I think Mark probably could have finished that off, but that was pretty slick. And they killed all those warriors. They kept it alive. So really good credit there to JD. There's number 7 clip. I could see an argument that being higher. That was really good. So now we're going to go back. This is more after Scottie Pippen. This is the end of the clip. So this is the beginning of it here. You'll see they have no warriors up, and watch the work they do as the queen runs away to bump to get time to get him up. And then Nick just pulled off some beautiful stuff, and then this was just greedy at the end of it. But he's running. It is a great job by them to hold off.
Oh, he's got right though.
Nice dive.
I think he's trying to play.
So yeah, Nick, Minneapolis guys really coordinated that one well. Look out for that. If you're ever running across the map and the other team's chasing you, use some drones to bump them, slow it down. I think that was 6. We're gonna go to. I think that could have been higher too, but I think the greed at the end there maybe move it down a little bit. This is Woody's team against Andrew's team, and the Snail's almost in here.
wow, great kills from
a nice job from Andrew, killing those warriors to get that Snail opened up. Almost in.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Oh, Woody with the double kill.
Oh my God!
Just save the Snail and Dylan's reactions.
Wazy's up. We got Wazy baby up. We got Wilk up. Squad's there.
And then Wilk.
Oh, and he's sitting there.
The turnaround and the pop off, and that's how he rolls.
And there's only 3 berries. There's only 3 berries.
5 clip. Yeah, that was a good one. Woody, nice save on that Snail. Really good job queen in that tournament. Now we're gonna go back to this. This is a Chaco special here.
So beautiful.
Chaco. No, sorry, I lied. That is not a Chaco special. That is the Feldkamp special. I mean the Lev and Feldkamp special here, bottom left. Nice pinch here by everybody. Timing perfect, double kill. Lev comes through. So these maps, more on Scottie Pippen day maps were lit, because there's still another clip from us playing
a lot of people say it, but
that have to go. That Chaco is amazing.
He's still the
amazing
man.
play.
Oh yeah, that's incredible.
And Nick's in trouble, and I think this map ends right here.
That's a really good guy as well. Yeah, he capitalized on the dive down.
He's still alive. It ended, I believe, not too much longer after that. But yeah, I got that clip completely wrong, but it was still a good clip. Nice job by Lev and Feldkamp coordinate that pinch, Nick.
Yeah.
And then here we go. This is this against them again, and this is the Chaco special I was talking about. And wait for the queen to come to you. First base, what he said. I think he does a nice shuffle there. Loving it. Keep an eye out on Chaco here, top left. 2. Oh, the double kill. Man, let's watch that one more time. Pincer left side here. Feldkamp kind of takes the bait a little bit. Turnaround. Oof.
We have
Chaco then does a nice job on this vanilla to get above everybody else. And as they try to use that, he takes them out. I think that was 2 speed warriors. Man. Nice play by Chaco there. Really brought the hype, really brought some hype plays. Number 2 play, we're going to head back to a different matchup here for that Coach Amy team. They're in losers bracket at this point. I think actually earlier, yeah, that was Woody. I think Esparza was still queen. On this one, we have Andrew queen. He's our number 2 clip, and they're in a lot of trouble against the Scottie Pippen team. That Snail, especially on Dusk Map, when they've got this far, they're really tough to beat. And look how fast it's moving. And Warriors are dying. See, yeah, and that was Hell, and that was last one. And that Speed Snail, look at that Speed Snail, gets eaten. Andrew lips in, kills 2. Warrior gets the 3rd. Oh, man. What a save. And then Chaco and the gang can only just laugh about it. Because, man, that was in the bag. That was quite a sacrifice.
I mean, that was.
Let's watch that one more time. That's our number 2 play. It gets deserved to watch again. Yeah. Look, man, I have no idea. And you have to hit every one of these moves technically perfectly. Otherwise, it's over. This J dive alone is really tough. Oof. And I think Nick turned around, but still, man, just synchronized to save that Snail. That stuff playing with a team can really get you doing. Just a little familiarity in terms of when to sack and stuff like that. Nicely done. Really good for our number 2 clip there. Really big save from Andrew Quang. Draquan. And then my number 1, if anybody had any questions,
You don't expect a team of this
there's only
caliber.
going to be one
John
clip that was going to finish this, and it was got to be my own in a way, I guess. Well, it's really Chris Baldwin, because look at that stick and look at that pop-up. And then here's another stick to take out Dan, so that's 2 huge stick kills here. And Snail, though, almost getting in. Domish really has to just dive bomb, and he's got no choice. Diana's with him. Nice bump from Feldkamp, keep the hugger, and the finisher. Tie at 1-1 in winners finals. That was really a huge moment for us because we knew at that point we could compete.
Finally, John Starks getting the credit he deserves.
Yeah, really. I mean, here in winners finals, they really gave us a lot of confidence. Chris.
And what a dive And Blue might be taking this map. They're in a very good position with Domish.
So yeah, that'll conclude it here for the KQ23 recap for KQ2. I'm Aaron Goldberg. I really, really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching this. Like and subscribe. Hit that button, that like, that subscribe, or whatever it is on YouTube. And I'll hopefully have another one along for you guys soon. All right, have a good one.